This is the Washington Times front page for Monday, December 20th, 2021. Thanks for joining us. I'm George Gerbo. West Virginia Democratic Senator Joe Manchin has upended President Biden's domestic agenda by signaling his opposition to the $1.75 trillion Build Back Better Act. Harris Alec reports Manchin's defection, announced on Fox News Sunday, poses a death blow to the president's domestic agenda. Democrats were planning to move the bill via budget reconciliation, a process that allows some spending and tax measures to avoid the Senate's 60-vote filibuster threshold and pass via a simple majority. Manchin's opposition makes that path impossible. The White House was taken aback by the news, saying Manchin reasserted his support for the spending proposal just last week. Manchin said he reached his decision because of concerns the spending package would exacerbate inflation. The U.S. has had as many as 1.5 million newcomers this year and a record 46.2 million foreign-born people, according to a report for the Center for Immigration Studies. Stephen Dinan reports after a slowdown last year, likely because of the COVID-19 pandemic and the travel and migration restrictions imposed to control the spread, the flow of people has rebounded. They're coming legally through ports and land border crossings and illegally across points of the southern U.S. border with Mexico. 14.2% of the U.S. population is foreign-born, or 1 out of every 7 people. That's the highest rate of immigrants in the population since 1910, when the number was 14.7%, as many people came from Eastern Europe and elsewhere to the United States. Former German Chancellor Angela Merkel's calm, pragmatic leadership guided the European Union. Now that she's gone, who can fill that role? Most of the speculation about Merkel's replacement as the European Union's de facto leader centers around 3 or 4 figures. Olaf Scholz, her successor as German Chancellor, the hard-charging French President Emmanuel Macron, now the longest-serving leader of a major European economy, Mario Draghi, the Italian Prime Minister who helped save the euro currency during a highly respected 8-year stint as head of the European Central Bank, or European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen, who was Merkel's Minister of Defense from 2013 to 2019. A reminder that you can find all these stories at WashingtonTimes.com/front page. If you don't have access to the Times yet, you can visit WashingtonTimes.com/George for a special subscription offer. Republican state legislators have introduced 12 bills to ban critical race theory in schools since November 8th, according to a free speech advocacy group. Sean Salai reports the New York-based nonprofit PEN America finds the most recent slate of bills includes 7 in Missouri and 1 each in New Hampshire, New Jersey, North Dakota, Oklahoma, and South Carolina. The group said 6 of the bills specifically used the phrase critical race theory, making a total of 20 state-level measures introduced this year with such explicit prohibitions. Democratic mayors who initially backed defunding police departments are now scrambling amid signs of a furious voter backlash over rising crime. Valerie Richardson reports San Francisco Mayor London Breed became the latest official to flip on the issue. Breed announced a public safety initiative that includes emergency police funding after moving last year to cut $120 million from the law enforcement budget. Cities rushing to restore police funding to address crime spikes include Atlanta, Baltimore, Chicago, Los Angeles, Seattle, and Washington, D.C. A Rasmussen Reports poll last week found that 89% of likely U.S. voters are concerned about the wave of violent crime, including 69% who are very concerned. And finally, Ohio Congressman Jim Jordan, who served as the first chair of the House Freedom Caucus, chronicles the group's rise in a new book. Mika Sellner talked with the congressman about the book and his party's prospects for retaking the House in 2022. In the book, Jordan reflects on the Freedom Caucus's clash with Republican Party leadership in 2015 and the forces that led to the election of Donald Trump in 2016. Find all of today's front page stories at WashingtonTimes.com/front page or on the Washington Times app, and follow the front page on all major podcast platforms just by searching Washington Times in your favorite podcast app. You can also follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Wash Times for breaking news, sports, commentary, and more. For the Washington Times, I'm George Gerbo.